morning. Welcome to On TV's live coverage of the Rotary Community Day Parade, the 97th annual. And we're here. It's presented all by Brookfield Power. Andy Martins with my co-host, Tammy Riddle.
Hi,
and
Andy.
another year, Tammy.
I know, another one. They come so fast. You know what? I'm surprised. We are totally full down the street, and we had rain this morning.
Oh.
So the turnout is fantastic.
The weather is settling down. We're at our new broadcast location at Brock and Queen, and we've just seen the town crier and the RCMP with the car going by, and the 97th annual is on your way. All these people have gathered, Tammy. We thought it was going to be a weak turnout, but it's really...
We were predicting a weak turnout, but we were wrong, Andy, because you know what? It stopped raining. It's nice out now. We might be able to take our jackets off in a little bit. Who knows?
It's great to be with you another year, and the theme of the parade is windows into the future.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting to see what type of floats are futuristic and what they come up with. Century floats, we kind of have an idea, but I'm excited to see what our futures.
A little bit of the new and a little bit of the old. The parade was stalled for a moment there, but it's moving forward again. And seems to be a little bit of a gap there, but...
Well, and this is rare for us. Normally we don't have a gap like this, Eddie.
No.
Usually we can't think quick enough.
It's an intensive lineup here, and we're moving forward. This is Brian Robertson, the District Rotary Governor.
So, well, and they're in a beautiful black Mustang.
That's right, Tammy. That's right, Tammy. Previous parades has been pretty intensive, you know.
Absolutely, but you know what? Somehow we make it through, Andy, every year, and it's so much fun.
It is.
I look forward to this every single year. Do you?
I do. It's we're not getting the nice summer weather right now, but it's been a pretty hot summer.
Well, you know what? We can't complain because the winter parade is a little bit more intense weather-wise to sit out and commentate. So I'm thankful for today.
Exactly. We're well protected here and ready to... And there's an unusual gap here. I'm not sure exactly what's happened with the parade, why we're getting these back-to-back gaps. But we've got a Volkswagen Beetle there coming up, which is pretty colorful, and we'll wait for that momentarily. We're at our new broadcast location at Brock and Queen. People still coming in. Feels like a hockey arena, standing room only.
Which is fantastic, though, and that's what we want when we have our 2018
Did you know we're
parade.
the only Sault Ste. Marie's live coverage of the parade?
I do.
The only one.
I know, so I feel very fortunate.
On TV,
Yep.
And,
so there's a little lineup here of some... Oh, there's a cute little red car coming as well. Love the paint job on the Volkswagen.
Oh, that's just...
the advertising on it's really unusual.
I think that's sort of going back to the 60s and 70s.
Yep. So...
Oh, this parade is presented by Brookfield Power, of course. And as it is every year. And let's see what the colorful bug says.
I always wanted a little Volkswagen Beetle, Andy, from the time I was young. I used to actually tour in my uncle's in Blind River, and it was a red, cute little Beetle. So, oh, look at this. This is,
That's not Bob Caracano, that's Melinda.
Yeah. I love how they have it done.
Dad, hold on, don't phone me yet.
All right. Nice.
That's a cute little
cars,
red car.
yeah.
Absolutely. I wouldn't mind being... Oh, Suzanne Priddle. Love your new little car.
All the cars are mixed up there, yeah.
Yeah.
Isabel Perstad, the
Easter
Seals ambassador.
Mm-hmm. Nice to see the convertibles. Thank goodness it's not raining since they've got convertibles.
All right, Tammy, we're moving, the gap is done and we're moving forward with the Rotary Club float, of course, their #1 float in their parade.
It's always really thrilling to see what they come up with each year with the new theme. And of course, they always do it up spectacular.
That's right, the 100.
Yes, happy birthday. 100 years.
And apparently they didn't have the parade for the first 3 years, so that's why we're only at this 97th annual parade. But Rotary is definitely 100 years old. There's Rod Goodall, the Rotarian of the Year, and
another cute little Volkswagen.
Great businessman in our community, served the community well.
Oh, here comes my car.
How'd you like to win that,
Yeah,
Tammy?
here comes my car. The white Corvette. Yeah, so it looks like that we might be going to commercial break, Andy.
Yes, we're going to be back shortly.
Am I off?
Yeah.
We're back live, 97th Annual Rotary Community Day Parade, presented by Brookfield Power, Andy Martins and Tammy Rido, back on the corner of Queen and Broad. And Tammy, we have the Sault Ste. Marie Pipe Band, 49th Field Regiment coming up.
As you know, Andy, I always love the live bands.
Oh.
I wait for them. They are, and I love the kilts, and there's nothing like live music.
Well, we have it right here. Let's listen to a little bit of the Sault Ste. Marie Pipe Band, 49th Field Regiment.
Doesn't it make you feel like clapping, Andy?
It does. Always wanted to wear a kilt. These guys are talented.
Very. I love the big pipes. Here we go.
Everybody knows what they're doing, their job. Behind the field regiment, we have the military vehicle with artillery piece. Whoa. That's pretty solid vehicle.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be run over by that one, Andy. Oh, yes.
I think that could get through almost anything.
I think so.
Their artillery at the back. If you're just joining us, we're presenting Sault Ste. Marie's only live coverage. Andy Martins, Tammy Rido. And behind the regiment vehicle, we have Brookfield Power, the parade's main sponsor coming up with their decorated vehicle.
I'm going home. Yeah, I know. Can you go around? Around where? Around here.
Okay, Brookfield has their truck done up really nice. And
Yeah, they're giving out a bunch of free things, and Brookfield Power, the main sponsor of the parade.
We've had a little bit of lull in this parade, but it's the excitement's starting. I can hear a band or music of some sort on its way, Andy.
And following right up behind Brookfield Power, we have the mayor and council. Their term is running out very quickly. Of course, the second. Councillor Susan Myers, Judy Huppinen, Rick Nero, a few of the people. Then it's going by our broadcast location. And Frank Banner there at the other end.
We've got a live float on its way, Andy. Of course.
Behind the mayor and council, we have the City of Sault Ste. Marie float. Future supported by the past.
How can you not love this music? It's from our era.
Wow,
what a great float.
first place, best entry, depicting theme.
Amazing float.
Wow.
A lot of
Very
work
well
went
done.
into that, Andy.
Very well done. And behind the City of Sault Ste. Marie float, we have the fire chief, Peter Johnson. And again, very well done, the fire truck.
And also look at the balloons done in 100 to celebrate the 100 years.
That's right, the
That's
100th
great.
year of Rotary. We're at a big celebration here. Behind the fire services, we have of course, the investigation.
We're only on
New vehicle to fires. And also Camp McDougall coming up very quickly behind them. Camp McDougall is always a very popular place for people to go in the summer since 1960.
Absolutely. It's fortunate that the kids have a camp to go to nowadays that instill old-time values, and they get to sit around campfires. And
Behind Camp McDougall, we have Terry Sheehan, our MP. Hey, Terry's waving as he goes by our broadcast location. Remember, this is the fastest 45 minutes of TV you'll ever see. Behind Terry Sheehan, the Wacky Wings, second place in best corporate entry. Wacky Wings,
Yes.
of course, is a very successful company that started in Sault Ste. Marie that has gone
expanded.
province-wide
Absolutely. And they have put so much work into their parade, Andy.
to
Look at
6
how beautiful it
locations.
is.
Yeah.
Yes, they've
Behind the
done a
Wacky
fantastic-
Wings, we
Okay,
have the
what's next?
Veterans Commemorative Memorial.
Oh, the little Jeeps are so cute. Perfect for a safari.
Exactly.
Okay.
There we
what's
go. There we
coming
have the
here.
memorial past that's celebrating the theme of the 100 windows into the future. Celebrating our proud past and present and future.
You know what? We have to recognize all of the work everybody does put into their floats, the time it takes. And so we are so appreciative because we wouldn't have this parade if it wasn't for the community getting together and putting this on.
All these volunteers come together as a team every year, Tammy, and it's really great to see.
Oh,
Up
and
next
here's
is our MPP, Ross Romano. Nice sign that they're carrying.
Oh, he's got a great following.
The gentleman there,
Oh,
Randy.
Randy, we kind of recognize Randy.
Randy's part of the team there, Ross Romano team.
And another convertible coming here. Oh, there's Ross.
Ross is leg behind his team, and
Hey, how are you?
hey, there's the car.
Thank goodness it stopped raining for everybody.
Ross is in the car. Isn't in the car.
No,
He
he's
wants to
walking.
walk.
Yep.
Right behind Ross Romano, we have the Ignite, the 8th Fire. Another winner of the best kinetic sculpture theme.
Well, this one's
Another-
certainly full of a lot of kids, and they have so
Another
much
well
fun.
done theme.
Absolutely well done. And you know what? We want to recognize all the kids. They get so much joy out of coming in. It's something to look forward to. I remember when my girls were doing it, and it was such a joy to be involved. And you're teaching your kids to be involved in the community at a young age.
Thrive Child Development Center right behind that. And we're moving at a pretty quick pace now. Behind the Thrive Child Development Center, we have the Imperial Knights
Okay,
alumni.
we're going to start getting live music again, which is something that I love. Hang
They're on the float this
We're
time.
gonna
They're
do
not
it.
walking.
Yep. Here we go.
Let's listen to a bit of that.
My favorite song, one of them.
Again, keeping to the theme of present and past. Behind the Imperial Knights alumni, Bon Sioux Winter Carnival. My goodness, Robbie, in month of July, and winters are getting a little bit too close.
I know, I always wondered, as I mentioned before, who's under that. But you know what? At least today it's not so hot.
I actually met the guy that does one of them.
Oh, really? Well, it's fantastic that he's in a huge uniform. It's a great thing that it's not hot.
Let's take a quick break. We'll be right back from the 97th Community Day Parade presented by Brookfield Power. Hi, Andy Martins, Tammy Rido back with On TV's live coverage at the 97th Annual Community Day Parade presented by Brookfield Power. And I'm glad you're back with us. You didn't miss anything. The Winnie's Beach Beauties, and we have the Vision Loss Rehab, CNIB.
Yeah, and they've done a fantastic job. I love the color combination they've used here. And of course, you know what? Recognizing all the work that everybody does and what they do for our community.
Goes to show you, Tammy, with the right color combination, you can make anything look very good. You don't have to spend thousands of dollars on your float.
Exactly, and it's how you put it together. They've done a wonderful job.
And we're moving right along here, the Special Olympics Ontario 2019 Winter Games. That's a nice decorated car.
Very nice. It's hard to think about winter games right now when we're just enjoying our summer.
Gotta enjoy every day as it goes by. Yeah, we're almost 7 months into the year. Royal Canadian Legion Branch 25 coming up right here at Queen and Brock.
Can you imagine the amount of training and the hours it takes for them?
Oh, definitely. Their logo, pride in our past, faith in our future, going along with the parade's theme.
We're going to get some action here pretty soon, I have a feeling.
In case you're just joining us, Andy Martins, Tammy Rido, presenting Sault Ste. Marie's only live coverage on TV. We are live.
It's hard to believe we're sitting here. It's 2018.
Oh,
the year went so fast.
Totally.
Yeah.
Like Back to the Future, those fast, speedy vehicles. The parade is frozen for the moment at Queen and Brock, right in front of our broadcast location.
We're sitting right across from BM Hall.
All right, let's take a quick break. We'll be right back. Welcome back to On TV's live coverage of the 97th Annual Community Day Parade presented by Brookfield Power. Andy Martins and Tammy Rydell, the corner of Queen and Brock. And Tammy, we're moving right through the parade. The dance corps coming right up to Queen and Brock here momentarily. Nicely dressed in purple.
I know, and thus far the parade has been amazing. They've really done a lot of work, and so far we've had lots of fun.
We have,
Andy?
Tammy. My sparkling co-host. No other person I'd rather be here with, and a bit of a slow start to the parade, but it's moving now.
Well, we try our best, don't we, Andy? Yes, the Dance Corps Inc. Obviously, there's something coming that sounds, some great music coming. It's approaching us slowly, but eventually we'll get it. Oh, look at it. Their entire float is done. Beautiful. Red truck. Purple accents.
Did your kids ever go into dance at a young age?
Oh, absolutely. I had, yes, all 5 of my daughters took dance at one point in their life. I loved it, and I was so sad when they were done.
Tammy, we'd like to thank wirelesscom.ca for presenting and giving us the facilities to do the technical behind-the-scenes stuff, to do this parade live.
Yes, which I don't think people realize. I didn't either the amount of work that goes into that, setting up for the parade.
Right behind the dance corps, we have shabby motley handcrafts there. Look at all those wonderful handcrafts.
And that's a thing, you know, maybe of the past. I think a lot of kids need to get back into that instead of being on their phones and
that's right.
And their
not
games
being able to talk on the phone.
Yeah, getting back to doing some crafts and, you know, feeling they're getting in touch with their creative side.
Coming up right now to our broadcast location is the first prize best community entry, Sioux Pride.
Well, they got every color of the rainbow in there, and it looks fantastic. Hi. Oh, look at their amazing flow. That's amazing. There's one of our...
Hey, we know this guy, Tim Murphy. All right.
Go, Tim.
Go, Tim, go. Tim Murphy's, of course, co-anchor on the On TV morning show. Just went by our broadcast location. Behind the Sioux Pride float, Tammy, we have the Musical Comedy Guild presents Mamma Mia.
Yes, and I mean, there's a new movie coming out.
Yes, there is.
Maybe it's out right now, but that's the next
Very
movie I'm going to go
coming
and see.
Out,
yes.
Yeah. And ABBA has recorded new music that will be coming out this year.
Yes. Oh, this is, I can't wait for this.
All right, let's take a quick break. We'll be right back. Another delay in the... Welcome back to the Rotary Community Day Parade, the 97th Annual, live coverage on TV. Andy Martins and Tammy Rydell back with you at the corner of Queen and Brock. And we'd like to thank wirelesscom.ca for allowing all the technical equipment and so we may be able to bring you this live.
Well, Andy, looks like we're getting back to the old days, the saloon days. What a
Lemieux
fantastic-
Composting and
Yes.
Sidekick Ranch.
What a fantastic float. I
Looks like
absolutely
something
love it.
right out of Little House on the Prairie,
It
doesn't
does,
it?
yes. And going back to those days, do you remember? I remember watching all the Western movies, and you just don't see that anymore. It's kind of a thing of
No,
the past.
no.
This is so nice to see. They've done a fantastic float. I really love it.
And you mentioned that, Tammy, you know, the past and the present. We grew up without the cell phone and the texting. We survived, you know. The kids can't even talk to each other anymore.
Well, and you know what? We have to hope there are good things about having cell phones and how life has changed and technically.
Right.
You know, because I find when we were young, it was long distance to call from Bar River just to St. Joe's Island.
That's
Now,
right.
you know, we can be in touch with anybody all over the world. So there are benefits to it. But yeah, absolutely. I think people need to get more social and, you know, leave their phones alone for a certain amount of time so that they do speak to one
Well,
another.
exactly. You're losing something from society by not doing that. But don't get me wrong, texting is useful too when you want to say something in a hurry.
Well,
But,
can you imagine if we were texting the commentary?
well, we'd have to have a few assistants with us. All right, we're back live with the parade, the Algoma Slow Pitch League, coming up to our broadcast location at Queen and Brock.
Here comes another float that has amazing music. It's just me, though. I enjoy music from my past.
Well, music is a good way to remember your past, isn't it?
It is. That's what's nice about the theme of this party. And it's fun to see the futuristic things as well. But the past is always close to my heart.
Do you remember the year this song was out with the Jacksons?
That's a tough question, Andy. I don't
1970.
But I'm not going to admit it, even if I do.
This-
Give away my age.
That's the Algoma Slow Pitch League float. All those baseballs. Right behind them is the boho flashes of the past.
Love seeing, of course, here we go with another Volkswagen. Look how cute it's done up. It reminds me of the 60s. The peace sign on the front.
Well, the pink hair is the future.
Yeah.
They didn't have pink hair in the 60s.
They had the peace sign though.
Right behind boho flashes of the past, Sioux College, building the future.
And I love their signs and what they're trying to portray to the young and the public. I'm going to be amazing. What a great message they're sending out to everybody.
Without a doubt.
I have a daughter that's going to be attending Sioux College in September, and
Great.
I believe she's going to be amazing. So that is such a great sign to put up and show people that they can be amazing by attending Sioux College.
Sioux College
It's
has
the
always
beginning
been,
of-
a great partner in the community.
Yes, and it's the beginning of their career.
That's right. Your daughter's really excited, I'm sure.
Yeah, and I'm excited that she's attending our local college. We
Great.
always like to support local.
We do. Local television.
Absolutely. You're on.
Behind Sioux College, we have the Newman Navy League. More music, Tammy.
I know. I love the live bands, as you know. And look how young they are. They are fantastic. I couldn't do what they're doing.
They're not missing a beat, are they?
No. Right, the voice.
Behind the Newman Navy Cadets, we have the Sioux Search and Rescue coming through the intersection of Queen and Brock, our broadcast location. And how important is Sioux Search and Rescue
Yeah.
to this community?
Absolutely, Andy. I don't know what we would do without them. You know, it's kind of scary when we do have to have them called out because you know that somebody's in need of them.
That's
But
right.
we're so fortunate to have them here. So local in the Sioux.
They're batting 1,000 for sure.
They are.
Behind Sioux Search and Rescue, we have the Steel City Realty, which is a fairly new realty company in our community. And then, of course, the Sioux Greyhounds Hockey Club.
Okay, there's the dog. Everybody
Yeah.
loves the Greyhound dog.
The dog is present.
Yeah.
I don't know if you
course, the Sioux Greyhounds have a new coach coming up for the 2018-2019 season.
Well, and they certainly gave us an exciting year
Oh,
last
they
year.
did, yeah.
They did amazing.
They
So
almost made it to
they
the
almost
Memorial
did.
Cup.
So we're really looking forward to a great season again.
Coming up behind the Greyhounds are the Algoma Country Scouts, second in the best community entry.
I used to go to Brownies. In my day, they had Brownies and Scouts, and they still
I
have
did as
it.
well, Cubs and Scouts.
Oh, did you? Yeah.
There was a
And it-
time in my life.
But
when
it's
I
a
was-
really good foundation.
It is.
You know, for young. So hopefully,
Scouts
look,
Canada, yeah,
Yes.
always an important
Their float,
organization.
it is. Their float is amazing.
Past and the present. They're still here, Tammy. Scouts Canada.
Yeah. Oh, these little cars. I would like to drive one, and I at one time thought, how would I fit into it? But look
Sioux
at
Shriner Club, yeah, they're known for
they're
that.
so cute.
In case you're just joining us, this is the 97th annual Rotary Community Day Parade.
I'd so love to get in and drive one of those. Okay, that's not the little Corvette I wanted to win
No.
this year, but it's pretty cute.
You'd have good gas mileage with those cars, Tammy.
Oh,
There's the rescue boat.
oh, I love that little vehicle. Oh, looks like they're having as much fun as the kids. Which is what Community Days is all about.
That's
fun
right.
for all ages. In fact, we're having a great time, aren't we?
We are, definitely. Every year, it's just so sparkling. Sioux Shriner Club Motor Corps coming up behind them.
I
Of
remember
course, yeah.
being younger and being scared of the Sioux Shriners because I found them a little intimidating.
Timmy, let's take a quick break. We'll be right back. Welcome back to On TV's live coverage of the 97th Annual Rotary Community Day Parade, presented by Brookfield Power. Andy Martins with Tammy Rydell. We're in the corner of Queen and Brock with live Sault Ste. Marie's only live coverage. We'd like to thank once again wirelesscom.ca for providing all the technical know-how that we may bring you this parade live. Tammy, how are you enjoying it?
Oh, it's so much fun. I also want to mention that we still want to thank Brookfield again
Yes.
as well.
Brookfield
for-
Power, the main
sponsor
of the parade, and
Well, and I want to acknowledge everybody that came out to enjoy the parade as well. So we've got, the street is packed, it's full, and that's so nice to see.
they're holding up well. The rain has held off. It looked pretty dicey at the beginning
In the
of
beginning,
parade.
yeah. So look at the motorbikes. They're done up just amazing. Oh, they're in support of Arch.
As they usually are. They're all kinds of rides that they do throughout the community.
Yeah, the community supports them, and they do a lot of fundraisers, so we're very fortunate. Oh, here we go.
More music coming
Another
up
live
there.
band.
That's what's in my way.
The Arch. This community needs the Arch, and a lot of organizations have stepped forward to fundraise for the Arch. It's so needed in our community.
It is, and you know what? A lot of people do unique fundraisers for Arch, and you know, I have to say the community always comes forward and does their best for Arch.
They
So
do.
we have to be really proud of what people do and supportive in supporting Arch. I myself, you know, they had their first bucket list ball that's going to be an annual event.
Right.
So I was able to attend it, and it's just like community days here. You know, the people that come out and support it, and the money they raise, we have to be really grateful because they do a lot for the community and, you know, take care of our loved ones in their final days. So we're really fortunate that we have them here locally.
Right, exactly. And it takes the people in the community, organizations, everybody is responding to the arch. All right, behind them we have the Fringe North International Theater Festival and Arts Council of Algoma.
Well, and the arts in the Sioux is something that we also should be proud of. I mean, as we were saying, trying to be more creative, and theater is so good, you know, for the young to learn how to express themselves.
Right.
And a little bit of acting, and also trying, it gives them a little bit of encouragement to feel confident about themselves when they do something that's a little bit out of their league, and it gives them confidence. So I think theater is fantastic for young and even our age.
A little bit out of the comfort zone. I should be going to the art gallery of Algoma more than I am, but...
Well, you know what? It's the art gallery. When I think of arts, you know, I think of theater, art gallery, and all of that is just our creative part of our city, which is something that we all should be involved in.
Without a doubt, there's a little bit of a gap in the parade, but the next bands are coming up to our broadcast location. Nicely, the Blue Saints. They're all dressed in blue there, Tammy.
Yeah. Well, you know, one thing for sure, there's always this live entertainment is so much fun.
Let's listen to the Blue Saints for a few minutes. Drum and Bugle Corps. A lot of practice that takes, as you were saying earlier.
Yes, as I was thinking, just as they were going by, the hours they put in to practice and do this is unbelievable.
Behind the Blue Saints, we have the United Way of Sault Ste. Marie and Algoma District. Second place in the best entry depicting
Now we're going to take it down to the John Lake community.
Well, you have to admit, they've done a lot of work in this float. It's done just spectacular. I can see why they won second.
United Way always comes to the plate every year with our parade.
Absolutely. It's getting a little bit noisy around here, which is a good thing. It's so lively.
A lot of action happening.
What a fun float. Makes you want to dance, Andy?
United Way for our community, past and present. The United Way will be here in another 50 years. The United Way will still be here. Behind the United Way of Sault Ste. Marie and Algoma District, we have JJ Customs Automotive Repair. Couple of vehicles on board. Amazing what you can do with automotive repair and restoration.
Absolutely. So loud, Andy, it's hard to talk.
Yeah, those transports can be loud. You don't want to get caught behind in front of those.
So what is this float coming up? It's the
Life Labs. Life Labs, that's Back to the Future. Life Labs is another important organization where people get their blood tested and samples. And I believe they have 3 locations in Sault Ste. Marie.
Here we go.
More
Some more great music.
Another partner in the community, the FJ Davy Home. Where a lot of nurses, PSWs, a lot of important services provided in this community.
Yes, absolutely. Taking care of our loved ones.
Where would this community be without the Davy Home?
I don't know.
All the nurses and PSWs aboard.
Oh, and they have a live band on their float. And look at the work they put into their float. It looks awesome. I love the stretcher.
All right, Tammy, let's take a quick break. We'll be right back. More displays left to go, and we've got the bush plane heritage, I believe, coming right by us now.
Well, and what a great idea for something. Oh, look at
Oh,
their name is great.
this is the Canadian Cancer Society. Beg your
Okay.
pardon, yeah.
Run for the Cure, September the 30th, for the Cancer Society.
That's right, and
Coming up.
again, yeah. They've got to find a cure, and these people are relentless. They never give up. Behind the Canadian Cancer Society is the Bush Plane Heritage Center.
Okay.
Again, another great tourist attraction.
And you know what? They also hold weddings and different functions there.
Well,
so
that's
it's,
right. Yeah, there's a lot of space there.
Yeah, and they look at their float, how amazing it is. They did a fantastic job.
Grand prize, and
Yeah.
look at that.
I also want to say thank you to On TV. This is the first time we've ever gone live,
We have.
and we're very fortunate
right.
that they have us, Sandy. So I want to thank On TV for
Great.
having us.
Definitely. We're the only live broadcast of this parade. Making a Difference social program coming up now. Again, all the programs, social programs in this city always make a difference. And behind Making a Difference social program, Lock City Dairies.
Well, and of course,
Lock
look at
and
another
a big
transport, Lock
tractor
City
trailer.
transport coming.
I never had the courage to drive those, Tammy. What about you?
Are you kidding? Although I used to drive my dad's dump truck when I was young. I handled it okay, but I don't think I tried transport.
I can't even drive a truck. I'm good with small vehicles. 53-foot trailers.
I can't imagine load milk.
No.
It's usually small areas, you know?
And this, yeah, that truck will hold a lot of milk.
Yeah. I want to say shout out to Travis. He's from Lock City. He's my stepson, and he works really hard and does a great job. So I want to send a shout out to Travis.
All right. Without Travis's efforts, the milk wouldn't get out.
Oh, it takes a lot to run it, but they all do a great job.
We've got another great float coming up.
Love
Native
their
float
costumes.
behind the Lock City.
Like, are there? I love their costumes. I can't totally see it from where we're sitting, but
It's very colorful, exactly.
yeah. Well, this parade has been exciting so far.
It has, Tammy, and the parade committee behind them. And once again, it's been a real thrill working with you and the 97th Annual Rotary Community Day Parade.
Well, thank you, Andy. I have a great time here at the parade, and I can't imagine being a co-host with anybody else. You're a great host, by the way.
Thank you. Look at that colorful dance and costumes. Can you imagine how much effort it takes to make those costumes?
No, I can't. They're absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
That's you wanna float there.
I can't imagine dancing all the way through the parade. I'd run out. I'm not that, I think that I would be a little bit tired part way through. They're doing a fantastic job.
They are. Well, Tammy, that is pretty well a wrap of the parade committee for the end of the parade.
Well, you know what, Andy? I want to thank you for having me as a co-host. I want to thank Online TV. This is the first time we've ever gone live. The parade was fantastic. The weather held out. What more could we ask for?
Thank you for watching on TV's live coverage of the 97th Annual Community Day Parade presented by Brookfield Power. Andy Martins, Tammy Ratto. We'll see you again in December for the Santa Claus Parade. Thank you so much for watching.